consecutive quarters of slow growth, committee recognized that the economy could slip into recession in 2016 if proactive steps were not taken to revive growth in key sectors of the economy.
This was just an alert meant to be a wake-up call for Nigeria's economic managers. But this pronouncement has raised a lot of concerns amongst the citizens. Economists have come up with divergent views on the pronouncement.
A recession is defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, not declining growth. The reality is that our output has to decline and has to be negative for 2 consecutive quarters. And that is most unlikely to happen.
But for Dr. Biodun Adedipe, Nigeria's economy is already in recession.
Once the GDP growth rate drops 3 consecutive quarters, that economy is confirmed to be in recession. And if that is the case, it simply means the Nigerian economy is already in recession.
According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's GDP growth rate has dropped from 6.23% in the third quarter of 2014 to 2.35% in the second quarter of 2015. And Dr. Adedipe maintains that the GDP growth rate does not have to be in negative to get to a recession.
To argue that until it goes to zero or negative is when it goes into recession, that is a slump.
A slump is like a bust situation. You know, that is, the world has not faced a slump. The only time we face a depression, that's the definition of a slump. A depression was in 1928-1929. That is a 1 in 100-year scenario.
Over the years, Nigeria's economy has been dependent on oil revenue. But with recent geopolitical tension and U.S. gas fracking, experts believe that oil prices, which currently hover around $45 per barrel, are not likely to go up anytime soon.
The oil market may be in the state of doldrum for quite a while. And any country that is dependent on oil will may have to re-strategize how that country, like Nigeria, will meet its revenue needs.
An encouraging local production informed the decision by the CBN to delist about 41 items from the import bills. But this does not seem to go down well with the organized private sector.
If you want to generate any policy, it's always better to do some consultation with the operators. And in this case, there's a very strong body called Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, whose input definitely will always be very helpful.
Capacity utilization in the real sector has continued to hover around 45%. Businesses are grappling with high interest rates. Infrastructure has remained inefficient and unemployment rate remains high. Experts agree that the only viable option is for the fiscal and monetary authorities to stimulate the economy.
It will happen by one single, I will call it master stroke. And that master stroke is massive investment in infrastructure.
And so, whether or not Nigeria has gone into recession, the key thing is that a note of caution has been raised. Experts say driving economic growth should be a major priority. Chimezie Obi-Iwagu, Channel